What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Rabid Mining YouTube channel. It looks like lolMiner did it once again. 1.64 just released 2 hours ago, and they improved Kaspa even more. So quick changes here is they improved Kaspa only mining performance. Speed increase is about 8 to 8.5% on NVIDIA Pascal GPUs, 4.5 to 5% on NVIDIA Turing and Alpha GPUs, and 3 to 4% on AMD Navi and Big Navi GPUs. They also added some features here to set your core and memory clock offsets, which is awesome. And a big thing here actually is Windows added a beta GUI to generate overclock settings and string/bat files for the miner. The tool can also apply chosen settings directly. So that's pretty neat. So we're going to check this Windows GUI and stuff out. But first, we're going to go into HiveOS and set this up and show you how to actually do this. All right, so here we are in HiveOS. We're running 717.4 mega hash on the RTX 3080. 139 watts at the wall, minus 20 watts for the system. We're at about 119 watts. So that's actually not too bad. So we're going to update this to the latest version, which is not currently in HiveOS. So we're going to have to run a special command. All right. So once you actually get the miner and everything running itself, the latest lolMiner, which is 1.63, we're going to have to run the install command. So in Discord, T-Swift here did post it, so I have it copied in. We're going to come into the run command. I will try to post this in the pinned comment below so that you guys can copy it. YouTube may kind of run into issues there if they allow it to go through, but I'll try it. So I paste it in here. We're going to hit the run command. It is now, what this does is pretty much downloading the latest release, and it's overriding 1.63, which we can see here, and then it's going to restart the miner. So I'm starting now also with the older 510 drivers. I will then update to the latest drivers on HiveOS and Linux here to see if we do get some performance increase even with just the drivers. But some of you guys have been running into issues with fan control. So allegedly there is another driver available and it does fix that. So we're going to find out if anything happens as well once we do that. All right. So just for confirmation, we can see it's saying 1.63, but we are indeed running lolMiner 1.64 now. All right, so hanging out on drivers 510.85.02, we do see a hash rate increase of 746.3. We are using about 142 to 143 watts at the wall. That's 122 to 123 watts for a hash to watt ratio of 6.06. Now, previously, we were at around 119 watts after taking off the system at 717 mega hash. That is 6.025. So we actually seen 0.4 difference, 0.35 hash to watt efficiency increase at the wall using the new miner, as well as getting increased hash rate. So that's actually not too bad here. Now I'm going to update these drivers to the latest ones and see if it does improve any performance in HiveOS. So if you actually try to do an NVIDIA driver update within it, and you put in your version here to see what versions they don't have the absolute latest within HiveOS. So you're not going to get it if you're just doing it manually through HiveOS. So here, if you come in and do a quick Google search, we can see 525.60.11 is the latest Linux version. So I just put that in here. We're going to hit enter. And it's now going to say loading drivers. It's not found, trying to get it from NVIDIA, and then it's going to download. Now, I already had it in here from before, so it doesn't have to download it, but that is how you are going to have to get the absolute latest driver for your HiveOS system. So I did update to 525.60.11, and we can see I still have auto fan errors. I got an NV tool error. We're down about 0.6 mega hash per so. At the wall, we're hanging out at about 151 watts. So that is, subtract our 20, about 130. So we're down a little bit on mega hash. We're up a bit on power. We don't really need to do the numbers. It's pretty obvious we're less efficient now. So it does seem like the 510 driver, at least for HiveOS, is more efficient. But maybe we still have to set those offsets. So if we come into here and actually look at all my settings, we will see. No, we're not using that. We got to go into the flight sheet. That's right. We're not setting. That's just our core for the offset. If we actually go into lolMiner here, we can see we have our locked core at 1470 and our memory is locked at 810. The exact same settings in our previous video, because we got to keep everything the same baseline or it wouldn't be fair results. So everything is exactly the same. So now maybe if we add those new commands in here, it might actually work over doing it within just a straight 400 here. So when we go, let's go back here. So this was our actual core offset here. So I'm going to set a core offset within the miner itself and see if this does fix our issue and if we gain that efficiency back. So I am getting fan errors. So I still have the NV tool error. The fans on the GPU don't want to spin. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. We're at about 745 mega hash. If I refresh it, 475. In the software, we are hitting 747, 746. We are down a little bit in power, about 145 watts or so at the wall, which is about 125 watts. I'll just show you what I did do to the flight sheet, but currently I would probably still recommend the 510 drivers, at least for HiveOS. But it does look like this core offset command here is kind of working here with the 400. I have it set there, so it seems like it's working. It did drop the power and stuff a little bit, but you know, I'm just having issues. It's mostly this driver issue happening. So 510 does seem to be a lot more stable, and it does seem to be performing a little bit better. So let's actually check out Hive or Windows here and see what's going on with this GUI. Okay, so I am in Windows now on the workstation. Here is the little GUI that was released with it. Now, I cannot seem to change anything within this part here. This is what you're supposed to change and make your own bat files. And then you can just simply generate the file and save it. And it's saving it as the bat file to custom making it. So maybe there's something I am doing wrong. I clicked on everything and nothing's doing anything. Generate line, you can see nothing. If you hit clipboard, that pretty much copies everything here. And then generate file is your save for your bat file. So, you know, I can't get it to work. So I might be doing something wrong. Let me know in the comments if you got this part to work. But so far I can't. As for the overclocking, we'll find out if this works. So here's our core clock. I'm going to set this. I don't even know. Let's go 1470. Click that to make sure it works. We got our offset. So this is added in. So this is running as administrator. But you got to run this stuff as an administrator for these new settings to apply. Memory clock, I believe 810 is what we use there. Then you can set your fan power limit and so on. So I'm just going to bring up actually Afterburner now. And I want to see if anything changes here once I hit apply. So I'm going to hit apply, bam. And yeah, so look at that. So it did work. It boosted all that. OC's applied. Everything's there. Now you can simply reset GPUs. It gets rid of them. And then we're kind of right back down. We're a little bit off. We're not where we first started. So we'll see what's going on with that. But it does look like it's working to apply the overclock settings. So that's working. That's awesome. All right, guys, so I got the RTX 3080 on the test bench in Windows now. The exact same settings from the previous video. I got my overclock settings and everything done within the bat file, our 1470 core, 810 memory, as well as the 400 offset. So looking back at the previous video here, we were doing about 136. Let's just get a little bigger. 136.3 to about 137. You know, it moved a little bit. Let's just, you know, show you that. 137.9 at about 703 mega hash or so. So these are numbers we got to try to beat. Remember, we got the recording software and everything in the GPU. So our hash rates will be higher without that. So you're probably going to get more hash rate than I'm about to show you. But we're going to see if we get more than our previous video here, going from 1.63 to this 1.64. So let's try to beat these numbers with the exact same settings. All right, so looking at the wall, we're about 140 to 142 watts, so like an extra 5 watts. And we are also up on that hash rate. So we can see 740 to 741 mega hash. I'm moving stuff around, so the hash rate is dropping. So you're probably going to see a higher hash rate than what I'm showing here. But like I said, everything is plugged into my GPU. But we are seeing increased performance on Kaspa with this latest version in both Windows as well as HiveOS. So this is good things. All right, guys, so there you have it, a quick test of 1.63 versus 1.64, and it does look like 1.64 has increased Kaspa performance once again. Again, these are NVIDIA GPUs. I didn't test any AMD in this video. Mine are all still dirty and I got to clean them out, but I do plan on testing AMD stuff sometime soon. But thank you for checking out this video. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.